funny that this song is on. This is the one I told you I wrote for my daughter. It's called Love You I. Maybe I'm supposed to tell you why I wrote this. I don't know. But my spiritual teacher, you know, many years ago when I was 21, 22 years old, you know, initiated me into the sound current and a spiritual meditation practice that used to be separate from this work. I mean, it was just a personal thing. But then years later, it kind of all came together, and he used to say that everybody says, "I love you, I love you." It's every song, every poetry. He said it's taken for granted. And so, what I'm saying in this song, I love you, people say, but for me, it's not the way. Because before me, you will be. You got to place the beloved before yourself. And that's why I say, love you I. And that's what my spiritual teacher told me. He said, people really loved each other. It would be very simple. They wouldn't say, I love you. They'd say, I love you I. And everybody looked, why? And he explained, he said, well, you have to put God first. And all the religions and cultures say God is love. It's a cliche, but it happens to be true. God is love. And real love, I'm talking about lust or other things, friendship. Love is God. God is love. And we all have that within our hearts. And so he said, you should say love, you put God first, you put the beloved second, love you, and you put yourself last. You say, love you I. And then you're really expressing love from the deepest place. And I tell you, a light went on in my head. I heard that at 21, 22 years old. And that was my challenge for life, to learn that, live that lesson. And then when I started singing shortly afterwards, professionally, I wanted to write a song, Love You I, and I got all excited. Couldn't do it. Because I'd get into my head, and I knew it wasn't about the head, it was about the heart. And I tried for 20 years to write that song, and it just got too complicated intellectual. So, and it wasn't until I went to Egypt and I was talking and creating the CD and channeling all these tones and sounds, and we had 65 people chanting this piece. Well, somebody played earlier on this particular CD. And I got back home and went into the recording studio to really re-record and master and work on this for a number of months, that all of a sudden it came to me. I came home one night, my daughter had said, you know, was getting married, and you know, and she invited me, you know, to sing, of course, at the ceremony, come to Chicago, and I did. And all of a sudden, the words came in, you know, maybe out of her love, the simplicity and the beauty of her love. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I was wiped out from being in the studio all night. But I knew that the words and melody were there. And it was real simple, you know. I love you, people say. But for me, it's not the way. Before me, you will be. I'll tell you why. Love you I. Just real simple, not any kind of profound lyric statements or anything. But it fit the melody perfect, and it said what I wanted to say very simply, and it didn't come from my head, it came from my heart. I went to the studio the next day, we laid the track down, we recorded it. I performed at my daughter's wedding 2 months later. And so it just, I'm sorry to talk about these personal things, but I don't know, I just felt, maybe because I turned it up, that just to tell you that this was all vocal, and that happened to be the song that was on. So for whatever it's worth, maybe, hopefully it will inspire you in some way to use your voice. That's kind of what I'm here for.